Imagine waking up on a freezing morning in Norway, grabbing your phone with fingers still numb from the cold, and seeing a notification flashing on your screen. Deposit received, 2,700, 0 Norwegian kroner. Sender, the Norwegian government. Itself. No lottery win, no bank loan, not even a TV sweepstake. You've just received your share of the biggest vault on the planet. The Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund, just for being a citizen, just for existing. Sounds like fiction, right? But let's play with this idea. What if this fund were actually divided equally among all living Norwegians? What would happen to the most stable and wealthy country in Europe? Let's get straight to the point with numbers, consequences, and of course, a touch of irony. This fund, officially known as the Government Pension Fund Global, is Norway's financial pride. It was created to protect future generations from the ups and downs of the oil market. Because oil isn't forever, but bills definitely are. In 2024, the fund surpassed an impressive 15 trillion Norwegian kroner, over $1.4 trillion. Norway has just over 5.5 million people. If we took all that money and divided it equally, each citizen would get around 2.7 million kroner, or about $260,000. Not bad, huh? That's enough for several Teslas, a cabin by the fjord, a lifetime supply of artisan coffee, and maybe even a salmon farm. Now, think about the consequences. Imagine Norway's organized com getting a sudden injection of wealth. A regular citizen, let's say Bjorn, 34, a public employee in Trondheim, checks his bank account and sees that magical number. First reaction, denial. Second, euphoria. Third, a spontaneous escape plan to Bali. Suddenly, Bjorn doesn't care about spreadsheets anymore. He buys an electric bike, then trades it for a Harley, then buys out the entire IKEA store. And he's not alone. The whole country enters a sort of Scandinavian shopping frenzy. Stores are emptied within minutes. Norway, once known for its balance and moderation, starts to look a bit like Las Vegas. The economic consequences are immediate. With everyone flush with cash, motivation to work disappears. The baker quits and becomes a YouTuber. The nurse decides to become a conceptual knitting artist. The job market collapses. Empty hospitals, abandoned post offices, restaurants where you have to cook your own meal and still pay a fortune for it. The cost of living skyrockets. A simple hot dog, which was already expensive, now costs the same as a used bicycle. Renting a tiny apartment in Oslo surpasses the price of a castle in Scotland. Buying a portable sauna becomes a high-risk investment. And then comes the deeper question. Does equal wealth distribution really create a better society? Norway is known for its culture of equality, collective responsibility, and trust in institutions. But what if money suddenly threw all that into chaos? Because when everyone becomes rich at the same time, the value of money changes, social dynamics change. The sense of effort, cooperation, and collective growth can simply vanish. Who maintains the infrastructure? Who collects the trash? Who teaches at schools? Spoiler, robots still can't do it all. And not everyone wants to give up their new life as a crypto investor to drive a school bus. Seeing the chaos unfold, the government tries to respond. They call a national conference with economists, psychologists, influencers, and that guy who sells waffles on the corner in Bergen. The solution? Make the payout conditional on 3 basic requirements. Complete a financial literacy course. Provide 1 year of community service. Donate part of the money to social initiatives. The problem? Half the country gives the money back. They say it's no fun that way. That's when someone, probably a bearded economist from Trondheim, raises a new idea. What if, instead of giving it all at once, we turned the fund into a lifetime universal basic income? Imagine every Norwegian citizen every month receives a guaranteed amount, something like 15, 0 kroner. Enough to live well, without extravagance. It would keep consumption going, reduce inequality, and keep the economy moving. And best of all, No need to sell Fjord NFTs or open a Viking-themed coffee shop. In the end, the truth is that Norway may be right to save this fund for the future, to use it cautiously, as a collective insurance policy rather than an oversized Christmas gift. But you can't deny that imagining this scenario is, at the very least, entertaining. After all, is the world's problem really a lack of money, or how it's distributed, controlled, and valued? If the Norwegian government ever decided to unlock that vault and hand out the fortune, the entire world would watch, curious, maybe a little envious, and surely someone would raise their hand and ask, what if we did the same here? So, what would you do with 2.7 million kroner in your pocket? Comment below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share it with that friend who's always saying, the problem with the world is income inequality. See you in the next What If. Until then, keep imagining and dreaming responsibly.